Yo, what's going on guys, pooshtt here, and welcome back to another Hyper Scape video here on the channel today. For each and one of you that may be watching, I'm so incredibly thankful, and I hope you do enjoy the video that I have provided for you today. A few quick remarks before we get into the video. I have just recently surpassed a pretty hefty milestone, if you will, that being 2200 subscribers. This is something I've been working for months, going on years. My subscriber count has noticeably increased and decreased over time. That's just the way YouTube goes, but by all means, I'm incredibly thankful for each and every one of you that chose to sub to the channel, show your support, and ultimately provide me the inspiration and courage to continue making these videos for you. Now, shifting gears, as it pertains to Hyper Scape or any game in general, certainly the settings in which you run impact not only the performance in which you play the game, but how much control you have over the game, potential aim down sight variation, keybind settings, saturation, overall performance whether it be on console or PC, and other factors that certainly influence the way in which you play the game. Now again, as it pertains to Hyper Scape, there are certainly a few things you can do to manipulate your settings in order to improve performance, gameplay, and overall success. So with that said, let's get into my Hyper Scape Season 3 settings. Alright guys, I just hopped into Hyper Scape, loaded in, everything's working well. Let's get into my settings, but before I do that, I want to make mention, just as a general statement, that of course, the settings that work for me may not entirely work for you. Again, I have certain things, and I'll explain later in the video, that help me perform better and things of that nature. But let's get right into the settings. So as for my controls, again, I don't have any customizable controls. I use a Envious Scuff controller with paddles on the back that allows me to jump, slide, and things of that nature without taking my hands off the wheel. As for my mouse, well, mouse and horizontal, all these mouse settings doesn't really matter here. My controller preset, as I mentioned, is Envious. So let's get down to more controller options, as most of you will probably be playing on controller. For my world map cursor, I'm at 50%. It's not really a huge deal for me. The aim response curve is incredibly important, as this allows for a considerable amount of recoil control and just general ADS increase. So my aim response curve is two-step. Two-step is the original Hyper Scape aim down sight, but it certainly does do the trick. I've tried linear and exponential, and honestly, I don't really see too much of an increase or an improvement. My input smoothing is off. My vertical and horizontal sensitivity is 64%, with my ADS low zoom being 56, ADS high zoom being 70. I do play on look inversion enabled. That's just how I've always played. Okay, yeah, so I do have some advanced control options here. Vertical extra speed 36, horizontal extra speed 36, speed delay 0, speed time 0.25, ADS vertical extra speed and horizontal is 16. Those are very important mechanics, by the way. So again, what this really does is allow you to turn at a certain rate, quicker or slower depending on what this extra speed is. Looking up and down also is influenced by this number, so you got to kind of play around with it and see what feels best for you. Honestly, 16 here and 36 vertical extra speed, both ADS and hip fire is really beneficial for me personally. 0 extra speed time, not really too important. My dead zones, so my right stick is 15 and my left stick is 15. Now that may appear high to you, but personally I've always played on a higher dead zone. I don't really like turning it down much. This is just my personal preference, but certainly it just allows me to have a little bit more control over my controller and my gameplay in general. The outer threshold is 2 and my aim assist is set to 100. Getting into my video settings, everything is relatively standard here. This is going to depend on what you play on. I do play on a PC. V-Sync off, widescreen off. Field of view is 80. Brightness is 52. I've played around with those settings, and generally that's what fits best for me. All my quality settings are low, as I do have a relatively, lower end PC. So everything's low except for sound. For my audio settings, everything's bumped up to 100. I need to hear everything that's going on in game. My music volume is 0. My dynamic range is hi-fi. Everything else remains the same. English, subtitles on, subtitle size medium, speaker name off. Color blindness, I have tritanopia. You can see the rest of these settings, not really too influential to gameplay in general, but certainly you can adjust them as needed. As I mentioned, I do use a Scuff controller. Some of you may be on PC, some of you may be on just a general PS4 or Xbox controller. You're going to want to customize your keybinds in a way that helps you play better. And personally, I'm not sure exactly what that is. I hope you guys did enjoy the settings section of the video, but now I'm going to get into some gameplay that I did just get. Not too flashy by any means, but certainly we promote the use of these settings for a victory royale. If you guys do enjoy the channel and the videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's get into the video. Nice teleport off spawn. Let's get it. Shockwave. Alright, let's see what we can do here. So as you guys can see, I mean, there's not many people in the lobby at this point in time, you know, but there's nothing I can really do about that, obviously. Just you know, push everything. I really want, I'll take the harpy here. Just for those close range encounters, I gotta make sure I hit them, you know. There's protection. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I don't mind this load at all right now. Could use Dragonfly, but feeling full auto. Where's everyone at, man? Where's everyone at?
Are about to run out, contender. We have our top 8 contenders. A brilliant play takes top billing.
Alright, we're all kitted up now.